Only one spot remaining in Conference Championship Weekend. Let's see who claims it. We're underway in the divisional round finale. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So now out comes the Panther offense for its initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by the first player picked in the 2023 NFL Draft from Alabama. It's Bryce Young.
And he wonders, he's about to take his first snap today. Yeah, he took care of the football last week, Kate. That was great. No interceptions. But just the one touchdown. Be curious if he cranks up that aggressive knob today.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Straight to the air here. It's Young. Well, they took their shot immediately. Would have been cool if they connected, but no luck. 2nd down.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long. And it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
3rd and long, Young. Got Mingo, it's complete. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Has it downfield working the left. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. Cut near the goal line. He has the Carolina touchdown. Michael Badgley on to try the point after. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker.
Foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. So here are the Eagles now for their first drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
Kate, it's not often that we talk about quarterbacks having a nose for the end zone in football. It's usually reserved for the running backs. But Jalen Hurts has changed that conversation. He has so much power, so much strength. You get him into the short yardage situations or around the goal line, he finds a way to get in. But it's not just there. He's got a deep ball that's the envy of many. He's elevated his teammates around him. And he's got a skill set that I know a lot of quarterbacks would sure love to have.
Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
63.
Straight ahead, here's Barkley. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Quincy Williams making the tackle. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. He was looking for Dallas Goedert there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Hurts now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Pushing the pace right away to start the game. Hurts now on 4th. Taken in by Smith. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. And they drag him down just in time. He's shy of that marker. We've got a turnover on downs.
Ready.
So good field position for the Panthers. Starting this drive, 1st and 10.
Ready. Blue check. Smith red. Black one.
A carry by Brooks to start the drive. And that plunge is going to garner a couple of yards. Cooper to Jean with the stop. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Ready up. Let's go. Check right. Blitz yellow.
Running once more with Brooks. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out.
Ready, set. Ready.
Young working from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Brian Anger getting the call on the 4th down punt. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. And he sends it up amongst the flurries of snow. And that one comes down at the 2 before bouncing into the end zone for a touchback. Now for the 2nd time this game, we're going to look at the Philly offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Great. Set.
Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. They go to Barkley again. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on the 3rd and short.
Complete beyond the marker. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new... Ready now for our 2nd quarter. The Eagles have the football. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. They give to Barkley, left side. And he goes out, just needed one more step there to reach midfield. It's an 8-yard pickup, then they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
Great. Set. 73. Delta.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. He's got Smith. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Barkley trying this up the gut. And he's down into the red zone. This run gets to the 18. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
Hey, thumbs up, alert.
Here's another carry for Barkley. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Catch is made in close. Touchdown, Philadelphia. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they can be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. His return starts at the 5. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Panthers get going again once more on offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here.
Ready. Cut.
On first down, here comes Brooks. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on first down. You just want some yards to set up an easier second down play. But they will take that execution every time.
Finds a man. Deontay Johnson has it. Through the middle. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kit, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Brooks. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him.
On the double.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal.
Here we go. Set. Cut.
Out of the gun, Young. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers get some late points and the lead. Xavier Legette with the touchdown. Point after converted from Badgley. And the Panthers break that tie and now lead by 7. Badgley on to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. Great vision, gets him across midfield. I don't think they're going to catch him. He does it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles earn the chance to tie it before halftime. Well, when it's set up perfectly, Brock, and you get an exciting return man back there fielding it, wow, there are not many plays in football more exciting than taking a kick back for 6.
Find those blockers, follow those blockers, and then step on the gas. So simple for me to describe, yet so tough to execute on the field.
After watching one kick get taken back, partner, let's see how well they can replicate it as this one's away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers and Xavier Legette with the football once again. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go now. Set.
Shotgun snap now to Young. Finds a man right side. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Panthers moving quickly, trying to get set at the line. Finds his man Gray. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. So that's their first. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that first.
Here we go.
Young throwing here. Connects with Johnson. And And he's taken down at the 30. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Sticking to the air, it's Young. Hauled in by Gray. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. Before we can get a snap on 2nd down, they call timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They put a receiver in motion here left.
Ready?
2nd and 1. Gets this to Johnson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers get some late points and the lead. Deontay Johnson with the touchdown. Badgley with the extra point. And the Panthers break that tie and now lead by 7. Badgley on to kick this one away. And no return here. This is a touchback, and the ball's going to come out to the 20. The Eagles taking over now late in the first half. They don't have much time left, but facing a small deficit, they could try to get this into field goal range. 1st down throwing for Hurts. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
2nd down, Hurts throwing again. Taking a deep shot here. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
'63.
Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out.
Delay of game, offense.
Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty.
Still 3rd down.
Backed up now after the penalty. It's 3rd down.
Hey, Silver.
Hurts looking to throw. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. The Eagles are in punt formation. And he sends it up amongst the flurries of snow. And he locates the ball amid the flurries of snow to make the fair catch. No return on that punt. And it's going to be Panthers football. New set of downs for him from the 46.
Come on, set.
Here's Young on 1st and 10. And that one is incomplete, and the clock stops with 18 seconds to go.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Young. That's going to be caught by Mingo. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Now the Panthers decide to spend their 3rd and final timeout. Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard.
Let's go.
Here's Young to throw. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down. Carolina in punt formation. And this is away. Wisely headed for the sideline to avoid that return. And it's out of bounds without a whole lot of room for error. He hit it well. They're saying it's out at the 4. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. Man in motion here. A final throw before the break. He's throwing deep to the left side. Big gain downfield. And he rips off a huge chunk of yardage before finally being brought down. So we're to halftime in this fight for a spot in the NFC Championship game. Not a big window for those halftime speeches. They're right back out of the locker room and set to resume play with the third quarter. Somebody is going to the NFC Championship game from this one. Let's find out who as our second half gets underway. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. Philadelphia has its offense out to start this third quarter. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be firing to start this second half too as they chase this lead. They've got a man in motion. First and 10. Here's Hurts. He's trying to go deep again. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. And now they face second down.
You know, ball skills, they're not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
This finds Smith. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Quincy Williams making the tackle. On third down, it's Hurts. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. On first down, Hurts. Taken in by Smith. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. 4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6. Hurts throwing again. Throw right side, caught by Smith. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. That play good for 17 and a first down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. That was the epitome of courage.
And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Watson. And the Panthers are going to return this up beyond the 20 before being tackled. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away, just as they did.
That throw behind his intended target.
I'll tell you this, Kate, they doubled him knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. That's doing your homework. A bit surprising QB still threw it in that direction, with how well the defense had that one covered.
A second down throw for Young. He misfired on that one. It's behind his man. Well, no look on his first look of the game. So now it's going to be third and long.
Yeah, I know nobody's perfect. All you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
On third down, it's Young. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Panthers getting everyone set for the punt. Brian Anger, the one to send it away. It's away, not a great kick, angling right towards the sideline. And this punt is out of bounds with no chance at a return. Looks like they're going to spot it at the 30. Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. Slot man in motion right. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Quincy Williams making the tackle.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
That's what we call situational. All week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He's got Smith. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for an Eagles first down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Hurts now from the gun. He throws a bullet to the wide open downfield. Got it! It's a Philadelphia touchdown. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the fourth quarter that could go either way.
He's throwing for it! And he gets into the end zone, so the choice to pass on a tie, a good one. That gives him a 1-point lead. Well, that right there really changes the complexion of this game. They take the lead on the conversion rather than playing for the tie.
You could just see my head up here in this booth, right? It's just shaking. I mean, the old-timers are looking at some of these decisions the new school guys are making and just wondering aloud, what are you thinking? Well, what they're thinking is what some of the data is telling them to do. And what I love, Kate, it now really puts the pressure on that other side to respond.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
22 meters. Here we go, set. Ready, go.
They send the tight end in motion left.
Ready.
To the air on 1st down, Young. And that's going to be incomplete. They tried to air it out, but just couldn't hook up.
That's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage waiting for it. They were thinking interception for a second. The incompletion is still pretty good, too.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Let's go now. Ready, ready. Check, huh?
He finds Johnson. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Here we go, here we go. Ready?
Young on the play action. Gets out of trouble. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Ready.
Play action now. Young. He puts some power on a deep one. He's got it inside the 25. Touchdown, Carolina. Panthers take a lead just before the end of the third.
Here we go.
Sticking to the air, it's Young. And he won't get away. They bring him down. The sack prevents them from adding another 2 more to that lead. Ooh, this is so tough, Brock. You understand what he was trying to do, make something happen, ended up outside the pocket, but even some added creativity can't yield 2 points here.
When you get down here on these 2-point conversions, the real estate just gets gobbled up in a hurry. Not only for the QB, but the receivers as well. Only so much time to try to make something work before that defender said, not in my house.
Hey, 73, 73.
First down throwing for Hurts. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Hurts setting up to throw. That's completed right side. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles take the lead as time runs out here in the third. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Now the Eagles will attempt another 2-point conversion. Here's Hurts. And the call to go for it not rewarded as the pass falls incomplete.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Come on, set.
Shotgun snap now to Young. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. One play in, and already they're close to midfield.
Set, ready.
Young on 1st and 10. That's complete to Leggett. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Eagles territory.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd down now, 7 to go.
Let's go. Cut.
Out of the gun, Young. We'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Ready, ready. Set, go.
Young working from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
On the ready. Ready.
Mingo, the motion man here. Here's Young on 1st and 10. Well, his first real mistake, that's intercepted. Sidney Brown makes the play. And the Eagles see their return stop just a little bit short of their own 30. And just like that, a really good drive is taken away with an INT.
Sure was a lot of promise on that series, right?
Yeah.
That's a small silver lining for them at the very least, but probably won't be much comfort now. And it's going to feel even worse when this quarterback watches the tape tomorrow.
First and 10. Here's Hurts. Finds the in route complete. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Throwing here, Hurts. Taken in by Smith. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. A give to Barkley. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
We know how hard explosive plays can be in the NFL, and so often they come via the air. What a great help for the offense to find an explosive play on the ground. Well done.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. They run it with Saquon. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. From the 34. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Now hang on, looks like somebody came out after that play a little shaken up. Not sure we saw exactly what happened, but he'll get some assistance now. All right, one more snap before the 2-minute warning. On 1st down, Hurts. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Wow, they're going to pass it here. This finds Smith. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Now we get another stoppage here. Just 1:52 remaining. The defense burns a timeout. Offense set for a 1st and 10. To the ground with Barkley. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Timeout taken by the defense. They're 2nd. And they'll have just one left to burn now. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Here's Saquon. Now the Panthers decide to spend their 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Back to throw it. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. A nice gain of 8 there, and it brings them to 1st and goal. Barkley does not get in. His push is stopped just short of that goal line.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
I'll try again with Barkley. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
He'll look to throw it. And he'll add to their lead on the final play of the game as he's in for the touchdown. The Eagles parlay the interception into points. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. So it's an Eagles win here in this one. And they took care of business just as you'd expect a 1 seed to do. They're going to get to stay at home another week and welcome in another opponent with a conference